oh, you didn't know.
I didn't know when we were making photographing stuff. That was always a weird experience after the fact. I'm like, oh, the whole scene.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah. This movie is a lot of the movie takes place like inside. So most of our time spent we were in Baton Rouge filming on stage, and then we had 2 months in Vancouver. But I mean, this breaking down is very intimate, and I just feel like they did a really good job at allowing us to just, I don't know, be creative and just be able to scoop each other. We really didn't have to focus on being distracted and anything like that in this movie.
They protected us. Right here. This question's for Kristen. I feel like Breaking Dawn was such an emotional journey for Bella, honeymoon, wedding, getting pregnant. What was it like filming for months, and how did everything that's happening to Bella kind of affect you personally? Everything. I can't draw a line between myself and especially it's funny, I don't want to make it sound like it's not just about this, but really with everything that I do, it's hard for me to take myself out of it. So I've been building up to these moments for 4 years. I was 17 when I started doing this movie, and this one really is loaded with those really cathartic, impactful, huge life moments, and they're not all completely fantasy. They're really, very rooted in reality that I can completely see myself in. And anyone who reads the book could imagine. And shooting the scenes, I had to kind of let myself realize that these moments will find themselves naturally, and I can't let the book, punch me in the face every morning to wake me up and give me some days. You have to, let the moments happen. And they did, and I tried to, we just sort of went for it. And a lot of it, I do feel like it's very, very close to the book and really sincere telling the story, but at the same time, we sort of had bits. There are surprises that surprised me too in the more iconic bits, like in the wedding and at the honeymoon. And lots of it.
I think the thing is that there's no bigger fan of Twilight than Kristen. I mean, it is. It's true. Like you are. I mean, you're approaching it as an actress, the way you describe it, but also it's like she's always there. Like I know what it felt like when I read this the first time, and it's like pushing to make sure she's capturing that feeling into that. That was really. I mean, you did put that pressure.
It's such a self-conscious answer, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's true. Yeah.
Do you personally have a favorite scene in the movie?
I didn't know about
Do you have a favorite scene?
favorite scenes, right? That's a good one. Because I have a lot of them. I know that sounds like.
I've always been able to choose one.
We're all
I was going to say Taylor's going to have a favorite.
Right.
No, I'm about ready to let you down. I'm so sorry. I was going to say I've always been able to choose one for every movie, but this one I can't. It's just this. I don't know. There's so much going on in this movie, and all of the characters are dealing with their own little things. It's impossible for me to choose like my favorite scene in this movie, especially. I mean, Jacob changes so much from the beginning to the end, so I mean, it's hard for me to choose, like, where. Sorry.
I really like, I'm gonna not say none of our scenes together because I don't want to offend you boys. But there's a scene with me and Charlie at the wedding that I love so much. And also with Renee as well, one after the other. I really like them.
My turn.
You got to see it. You buy it.
I think the birth scene is kind of essential to recognize the movie, and also it's For a fantasy series that has kind of young children, so I'm interesting, it goes quite far. It's quite hardcore, it's quite graphic. But it wasn't doing it, and I was.
felt very graphic.
Yeah, but there's no way to do it. I mean, if you, there's just no way to do it in any kind of tame way. So it was fun. That's not.
No.
Over there.
Bill, this is you. When you were announcing this project, one of the points you made in the code that you showed personally was that you were a big fan of Dark Shadows.
Yeah.
So I'd like to know what you feel that was to you and what you were feeling about the genres in general.
Yeah, I know. It was like I was a kid, I would run home to see that show. Obviously, it was all kinds of fantasy creatures, mostly vampires and monsters. There was something, God, I think it's like growing up in a very, intense Catholic household maybe or something, that makes it a little twisted, but I think it was that, but it's always, I've always liked whatever vampire version, whatever new vampires come out, I've always been interested in as I work with Twilight,
Right here.
Do you not, for the actors, do you guys kind of ever wish that this was a small independent film and just ran like on the Sundance Channel or something where your lives would be very different? How do you tune out the enormous distractions and try to finish your work?
If this was a tiny little independent movie that only ran on Sundance, then we would not be able to, we wouldn't be able to do movie justice. I mean, maybe the first few, this one is really a big movie. It's nice to be indulgent. It's nice to shoot for 6 months with an A-lister. And, so, yeah, sure, we wouldn't be sitting here doing a press conference about it. Maybe we'd be sitting in some cool little snowy lofty place and centers. There's no, what I'm saying is there's really no difference. We'd be having the same conversation probably, so.